Hello, students. Welcome to the class of Digital Signal Processing. This is the second lecture on inverse Z-transform. Today, we will be discussing the long division method to calculate the inverse Z-transform. In the previous class, we have already studied what is the inverse Z-transform and the proof how we got the formula for the inverse Z-transform. So today, we will be getting started with the long division method. And after that, in the next lecture, we will be doing the partial fraction method. So let's get started with the question itself for the long division method. So the question says that using long division method, determine, this is the question, using long division method, this way the question will be given to you also. Find inverse Z transform for, I'm writing it in abbreviation, inverse Z transform of x of z is equal to 1 plus 2z to the power minus 1 divided by 1 plus 2z to the power minus 1 divided by 1 minus 2z to the power minus 1 plus z to the power minus 2 if. So here is a condition given, and these two conditions are very important. First is xn is causal, and the second one is xn is anti-causal. So why these things are given? So when you are going to divide it, then you will be getting the values in both the causal part and the non-causal part. So if they are asking you only the causal part, then the process of dividing will be changing. Why? Because in the causal part, you have ROC is outside of the circle, unit circle, outside of the unit circle, or you can say outside of that particular point where from where it is starting. So say if the circle is starting from 1, then outside of means the boundary, outside of the boundary of the circle and inside. So when you are taking the causal sequence, when you are taking that xn is causal, in that case, you will see that you will get all the negative powers of z. Means when you take the z transform, it will have negative powers of z. Because already in the formula, you have z to the power minus n, right? So here the positive values will come, and that will result in z to the power minus something. And in case of xn is anti-causal, in that case, you will be having positive powers of z. Because when you write the formula of x of z, that is x of z is equals to n is equals to minus infinity to infinity, xn z to the power minus n. Now, if I'm taking the anti-causal thing, then I will go from minus infinity to 0. In this case, all the values that will be coming over here, n values, that will be minus something. And this minus and this minus will become plus. So when xn is anti-causal, when they are telling you to find out the sequence xn, if it is anti-causal, that time you should get positive powers of z. Positive powers of z. Now, how to get xn with the long division method? Let us see. So our question is given to us 1 plus 2z inverse. As the method, the name of the method is long division method. We are actually going to do the long division method, which you have studied I think in 9th or 10th. But yeah, this is the negative powers. That's it, nothing else. Now 1 plus 2z to the power minus 1, 1 minus 2z to the power minus 1 plus z to the power of minus 2. So write it. While writing this one, you have to first write the highest power of z. So here it is z to the power 0. So this is z to the power minus 1. This is z to the power minus 2. So I will write it in this sequence only when I am calculating for the first case. That is xn is causal. Right now you are calculating for causal, the case of causal. In case of anti-causal, the first thing that we will write here will be this one. We will write it in the ascending order. Here we are writing it in the descending order with the negative powers. Now, start doing the division. Over here it's 1 and here it's 1. So you need to multiply it with 1, right? So 1 into 1 will give you 1. Now this 1 has to be multiplied with this one. So what will you get is minus 2z to the power minus 1 plus z to the power minus 2. Now we are going to subtract it. So the sign changes. You have this as 4z to the power minus 1 minus z to the power minus 2. Now you are going to compare this one with this one. So you need to multiply something so that the full 4z to the power minus 1 gets cancelled. So 4z to the power minus 1, if you multiply, since the sign will change, it will get cancelled. Now again, this 4z to the power minus 1 has to be multiplied with this one and this one. So what we will get is minus 8z to the power minus 2, minus 8z to the power minus 2, and plus 4z to the power minus 3. Now just subtract it. This gets cancelled. This is 7z to the power minus 2 minus 4z to the power minus 3. Now again over here you are having this 7z to the power minus 2 and this is 1. So you need to multiply it with positive 7z to the power minus 2. Again we will be getting over here 7z to the power minus 2 and then multiply those 7z to the power minus 2 with this one. So what you are getting is minus 14z to the power minus 3 and plus 7z to the power minus 4. Again, change the sign. So this is going to be 10z to the power minus 3 and minus 7z to the power minus 4. So do it till 4 positions. So this is till 3. Now we will get 10z to the power minus 3 over here plus 10z to the power minus 3. So this will give you 10z to the power minus 3. And that's it. After multiplication, it was 2, I guess, right? Yes. So plus 10 into minus 2, minus 20 z to the power minus 4. We are not going to go more. Plus 10 z to the power minus 5. So this gets cancelled. Some value will come over here for this one. 13z to the power minus 4 minus 10z to the power minus 5. Right? Now, what we are concerned about is this value we are getting over here. This one. Let's take another color for it. This one right now. So this is what we require. This is our answer. Good. So when you write the answer, that is when xn is causal, then you have the values. Just take this. This is at position 0. This is at position 1. This is at position 2. This is at position 3. Okay. So here it's minus 1. So 1, 4, 7, 10. And you can get many more values, but it is starting from. So this is the case when xn is causal. This is the value of what? This is the value of x of n. This x of n is here, look at it. So this method can be applied if you have been given this xz in the rational form, then you can apply it. But there are some problems with this method. Especially we have like if you are trying to, okay, first let us understand the anti-causal part, then I will tell you about the other thing. Okay, so yes. So when xn is anti-causal, now we are going to do when xn is anti-causal. So xn is anti-causal at that time, you have to find it out. Let's change the color to black. Now you had this x of z given to you. 1 plus 2z to the power minus 1 divided by 1 minus 2z to the power minus 1 plus z to the power minus 2. So the very first, very important thing is you have to write it in a different way when it is given anti-causal. Now when you write it, z to the power minus 2 will come first, then 2. power minus 1, and then the power 0. Here also same thing. First power minus 1 will come, and then power 0. Where it is z to the power 0. Now the same thing is going to be followed. Let's do it. How much should it be? Z to the power minus 2 is given over here. And this is 2z to the power minus 1. So what should we multiply over here? We should multiply with how much? Z to the, okay. We need to multiply it with 2 into z to the power 1, right? Only then we will get 2 to the power 2 into z to the power minus 1. Minus 2 plus 1 will give you minus 1. Now this multiplied with this will give minus 4z to the power 0. Minus 1 plus 1. And this one will be 2z. So this, if you subtract, this is going to cancel. This is plus 4 plus 1, 5 minus 2z. Now you want to get 5 over here. So what you need to multiply over here? 5z to the power, how much? So you want to get, so you need to multiply with 2. So minus 2 plus 2 will give you 0. So 5 into z to the power 4 will give you 5. And then again multiply minus 10 z to the power 1 plus 5z squared. Now again subtract it. 8z minus 5z squared. Now here you see there is z to the power minus 2. And here you have 8z. So what you should multiply? 8z to the power 3. So now you will be getting how much? 8z. And then here what will you be getting? Minus 16. Z3 minus 1, that would be 2. And plus 8z plus 8z cube. Again, you can just subtract and remove all these. Remove this first one actually. This one will become 11z square. And this one will become minus 8z cube. Now this is 11z square. There it is. Z to the power minus 2. So you need to multiply with 11z to the power 4. So that it is equal to 11z square. 11z to the power 4 into z to the power minus 2 will be equal to 11z square. Then 11z to the power 4, this will be minus 22z cube plus 11z 4. Now subtract it. So minus 6z cube minus 11z to the power 4. Again, we can go on doing this thing, but what is the thing that we can keep it till 4 points. So we have this over here. You can see, so it's starting from minus 1. So when I write the final answer, my xn is going to be, just take the coefficients. It is going to first 0, at 0 it is 0. After that it is 2. Then 5, 8, 11, and then 22. This is the case for when xn is anticausal. When it was causal, you have to write this thing from starting from the highest power of z. And when it is anticausal, you have to write the divisor and this dividend in the form like starting from the lowest power of z. That is the major difference. And this long division method can be used only if it is outside, means the ROC is outside or inside. If the ROC is like a disk, in that case, it is not possible to use this method of long division. So we have other methods also. I hope you have understood how to use the long division method. Let's move on to the next method in the next class. Thank you, everyone. See you in the next class. We'll be discussing the partial fraction.